Bitcoin SV. So, Bitcoin SV is actually a really strong blockchain in terms of speed, in terms of scalability, and lots of development has happened on this. They're trying to keep to Satoshi's original vision. Now, the issue is long-term price is going to struggle, and I'm going to talk about particularly why, but in terms of a blockchain, very, very good. Now, before I get into any of it, if you're new here, this spreadsheet shows the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. In the videos, I showed myself buying up all of these cryptos. These were all coins I thought could do really well, make a lot of cash, which is obviously why I bought them up. And you can see what they were all worth when I recorded my videos. These are the highs these coins hit. And these are what your profits would have been from $100 into these coins. If you had done that for each and every single one, you'd have made over 123 grand. Now, if you are sitting on cryptos you're not confident in, you've got to get that sorted because we're in a bull cycle. And if you don't know where to start, have a look at copymycrypto.com. This is the site I run where I share all the coins I own with my members. Whenever I find a crypto that I'm ready to buy, I jump onto my site, I tell my members about the crypto that I'm going to buy and the price I'm going to buy it at. Whenever I sell a coin that I own, I tell my members the coin I'm selling and the price I'm selling at. So my members get in and out of cryptos, same price as me, they make the same profit. If you go onto my site, you'll see some of the profits my members have made along with their testimonials. And you can see some of my past successes, whether it is a meme coin the members got in and out of in just a couple of weeks and did a 300x, whether it is Phantom, which ended up doing a 700x. It's all public record. It's all on the history of this channel. You can verify it all. And if after reading through the site, watching the videos, you like what you see and you want to hear more, you want to find out the cryptos I expect to be the big winners this year, all you have to do to find out about them is join up on the site. Now, Bitcoin SV. So in the last bull cycle, it actually did really well. It got to highs of just shy of $500. Now, obviously, it's quite a way off that. And part of the reason for that is it isn't on the big exchanges. It's not on Binance, it's not on Kraken, not on Coinbase. And I'll talk about that in a second. Now, Bitcoin SV itself emerged following a hard fork of Bitcoin Cash in 2018, which had in turn forked from the original Bitcoin blockchain a year earlier. So BSV is aiming to fulfill the original vision of the Bitcoin protocol as described in Satoshi Nakamoto's white paper. So it offers scalability and stability in line with the original description as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, as well as deliver a distributed data network that can support enterprise-level advanced blockchain applications. So to this end, it has removed artificial block size limits, it's re-enabled script commands and other technical capabilities which were disabled or restricted by the protocol developers of the original Bitcoin. So this in theory it does allow the network to process tens of thousands of transactions per second while maintaining very, very low fees for micropayments. It also offers advanced capabilities such as tokens, smart contracts, computation, and other data use cases. So it is founded by nChain. So they developed the BSV node software. Former nChain scientist, chief scientist Craig Wright, who claims to be Satoshi Nakamoto, has been a supporter of BSV since the split between Bitcoin Cash and BSV. Entrepreneur Calvin Ayre is a vocal advocate for BSV. And to be honest, look, the BSV community is really big. It's really big. And I've seen growth in that community over the last few years. And when we actually look at on-chain data, the on-chain data is pretty damn good. You know, you can see the total transaction count in just a 24-hour window. Like, pretty damn good, right? And if you go on to, if you just have a look at some of the recent mined blocks, you can see how many transactions are in each mined block. You know, the throughput here is very, very, very good. And if we have a look at, so we can have a look at overall statistics. So average transaction fee size, average transaction size. So BSV. So let's have a look. Transaction count. So as you can see, some days absolutely massive transaction counts. And we can look across the 3 years. Some days, you know, in a day, doing hundreds of millions of transactions. It's a very scalable, very good chain. It is. And you can have a look at the overall network. It's damn good. But, so all of this suggests that you should be bullish on this, right? But I'm not overly bullish, and I'll explain why. So there you go. Transactions per second around about 5,000, 3.5 billion total transactions. Fee, nothing. Nothing. So part of the reason that I'm not overly bullish is this. So the UK courts recently dismissed a $13.3 billion lawsuit against exchanges. So this was dismissed. So they dismissed the majority of Bitcoin SV's lawsuit against Binance and other exchanges over its delisting in 2019. The court's decision limits the financial risk to exchanges. It rejected claims based on speculative asset growth, thus not affecting wider crypto markets immediately. So it was a lawsuit against Binance, Kraken, and others. The lawsuit was filed by BSV Claims Limited, and it focused on alleged speculative losses. The court allowed only claims involving direct, quantifiable losses to proceed against the exchanges, which significantly limiting potential financial liabilities. So the ruling emphasized real losses, excluded speculative claims, and effectively what it did is it shields exchanges from past delisting lawsuits as well. So with that in mind, and with that actual decision being made, it is possible. Well, one, I think the likelihood of Bitcoin SV ending back up on a Binance or a Kraken is very, very, very small, because I don't think they're going to want to put BSV back on because they took them to court. The company behind took them to court, right? Also, potentially what it does do is open up some of these exchanges to delist in the future. Now, some of them, the ones with not great volume, may well delist. And don't get me wrong, look, it's $52 million in volume over the last 24 hours. So there's plenty of exchanges that probably won't want to delist. But there will be plenty that may well. And now that they've seen that the courts ruled in favor of the exchanges, there's a chance some of these exchanges will be like, well, we can delist now. Now, don't get me wrong. All courts have one priority. All exchanges have one priority: make money. So if BSV is making the money, there's no issue. They won't delist. But if they're not over the moon with the volume, if they're not making the cash for the exchange, they'll delist, and they're not going to worry about a court case after seeing the result of the UK courts. It's effectively set precedent. So this now gets quite interesting for BSV because, again, on-chain data, outstanding, right? There's a lot here that you have to respect about what how good this blockchain actually is. But we have a lot of competition in the blockchain space, don't we? That is the reality. There is tons and tons of competition. There's tons of layer 1s now. There's tons of layer 2s now. And even though Bitcoin SV technologically is very, very good, maybe its competition is the amount of competition there is going to make it struggle. Also, again, it's not going to, the likelihood of it getting them back onto Binance Kraken is slim to none. So I would really only be looking at this to maybe get back to $100, maybe $150 50 at a push in this bull cycle. If it's just the natural ebbs and flows of a bull cycle, and there's some excitement from investors around it. But getting to an all-time high looks almost impossible right now, or even getting halfway there looks kind of impossible now, because that the result of that lawsuit is highly likely to mean that we're not going to see this coin ever back on Binance, ever back on any of the big exchanges. And it also increases the probability of delistings in the future. But again, that will only boil down to if the BSV is not making exchanges money. That's all their priority is. Outstanding project, really strong community, but that lawsuit, the result of that lawsuit might really make BSV suffer in the long term. So it's an interesting one. I think 100 bucks, maybe 150 is kind of where it will peak out this year. But you never know. Surges in development. If Craig Wright, if there's kind of figureheads around BSV are in front of cameras and draw investors' attention, it might do a bit better than that. But right now, I can't see much more. The BSV community is massive. If you're a BSV holder, what is your favorite project on BSV? What do you think is just not getting any love on BSV right now? Let me know in the comments. And guys, we are in a bull cycle, and if you are sitting on cryptos you're not confident in, get onto copymycrypto.com, have a read through the site. On the site, you will see some of the profits my members have made. You will see some of my past successes. These are public record. You can verify them all on the history of this channel. On the site, I share with my members every single coin I own. Whenever I find a crypto that I think is going to make a ton of cash, I jump onto my site. I tell my members about the crypto that I found, the price that I'm going to buy that crypto at. So my members get in and out of coins, same price as me. They make the same profit. There is no work. Like I say, go onto the site, verify everything that you read, you watch, you see. And if you want to hear more, if you want to hear about the coins I think are going to be the big winners of this bull cycle, all you have to do to find out about the coins is join up on the site. If you do, I'll see you there. Otherwise, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy. Bye-bye.